Tourism has historically been the mainstay of Maui's economy, driving 70 cents of every dollar earned. But after a year, those deadly fires, Maui officials say the island has lost almost $1 billion in revenue. Arrivals in the first half of this year were down roughly 25% from the year before, with a little over 1 million visitors. Last year, during the same period, 1.5 million tourists headed to Maui. Spending was also down by almost a quarter. Tourists remain confused about what's open and what's not on Maui. Officially, all of the island, with the exception of the burn zone in Lahaina, has been open since November of last year. Well, let's talk about how Maui might kickstart its tourism industry again. We're joined now by Stephen Scott. He's CEO of Travel Hub 365 and the Odyssey Travel App. Stephen, welcome to the show.
Thank you, Anand.
So, as we said, it's been a year since those devastating wildfires, and tourism in Maui has taken a hit. It's clearly not recovered yet. What are you seeing?
Yes, the biggest issue for consumers, especially those that contact us for new destinations or even just wanting to get back to Hawaii, is that the consumer is still under the impression that everything is closed. Also understanding that Maui was not affected as an entire island, and then even the islands of Hawaii. So we are consistently fielding those questions on helping people to understand what was affected, where things are in relation to the resorts they may want to stay at, and then also the experience that they may have.
Now, what about things like hotels? Because a number of those hotels are now being used, still being used, to house those people who are displaced by the wildfires.
Yes, what truly happened at that point in time 1 year ago is that we saw the intersection of tourism and government and the people. They really came together to be able to figure out how do they support each other in that time of need. And that time of need continues. The community still is reeling from what occurred, but they truly need to get some more support from all of us here on the mainland. And what you'll find is that if you can get the right answers for the destination from various support structures like a travel agent, you will actually be able to find out what your experience will be, how things are being affected, and which hotels might actually not be available or be available for you.
Right, so you pointed out earlier on, Stephen, that many people believe that things are still closed in Maui. But so does this require a major marketing effort on the part of people like yourself, people like those on the island itself, to tell the world that Maui is open for business?
Yes, the Hawaii Tourism Authority has been front and center with preparing the campaign on how they get back out to America and the globe to be able to say, hey, we're open, we're excited to have you, and then we also have amazing experiences that can be sustainable, supportive of the community, and also help you have a great vacation. And so the Hawaiian Tourism Authority has done a big push over the last number of months to reach out into the travel community and the industry to talk about the amazing islands of Hawaii. I have sat with a number of those leaders and then also with some of the different sales and marketing teams that talk about this, and they are extremely excited about not only Maui, but also Hawaii. And so they've held numerous events around the country, and I think they've done a very good job of helping us who educate our consumers on what they need to do to get those consumers back out there.
Right, getting those consumers back, Stephen, would it be fair to say that this is really a time to get some good deals, to get some specials?
Yes, that's a piece of the pie on why there's been a slowdown of people coming back to Hawaii, specifically Maui. So even me, over the last 9 years of being an advisor, I say to myself, you know what, Maui's a little bit more expensive of a destination. But that is still going to be true, but you're going to have the ability to be able to have that vacation without larger crowds. And if you are the type of person that wants a luxury experience, or you want that family vacation without the crowds to a beautiful place, that is the place to go. My family and I just spent a week in Oahu just a couple of weeks ago, and it was an incredible destination, and we all heard everyone talking about, hey, I've got to get over to Maui. So making that happen is only a few months and even year away. And so there's going to be a concerted effort from the travel industry, the consumer, the locals, government, and the tourism board there to be able to make that happen.
Right, and just watching our report just a moment ago, I mean, clearly there are major challenges for local residents in Maui, but, you know, as we heard one of the residents say, there is light at the end of the tunnel. So what can you tell us about local resiliency?
Yes, so they still have so much that they are going through, and of course, issues with things happening fast enough. And so I think this is the opportunity to be able to bring tourism back, but bring it back in a way that the locals are excited about, and bring it back in a sustainable way. And all that is really about messaging, marketing, and also cultivating what they have. The islands of Hawaii are truly amazing. There's so much uniqueness about it. And for those that have taken their destinations to other places or taken their vacations to other places, this might be that moment in time when you say, you know what, let me go back and give back.
Right, you talk about tourism in a sustainable way. Of course, that's a trend that's been sweeping the industry, responsible tourism. I mean, to what extent are you saying all of this based on ecology, on reducing our carbon footprint, given that, you know, we've been told that if we don't, then climate change could be disastrous?
That's right. It's an element of what they were trying to do prior to the fire. They were trying to figure out a way to ensure that what is beautiful stays beautiful. What has been historic stays historic and on the minds of every traveler coming to their island. And so this might actually be the catalyst that gives them the opportunity to message this going forward so that we as a traveling consumer can be able to know what we're going to get when we go and also contribute to that beautiful experience when we get there.
Okay, Stephen, thanks a lot. Stephen Scott talking to us there.
Thank you.